So Fannie Lou Hamer. Now I have to say this because you said it in a book. You said, I have never met a black friend who doesn't know Fannie Lou Hamer's story, and I have never met a white friend who does. Well, guess what? I'm a white friend of yours, and I did not know.
There you go.
And now I know. But so give us the highlights of this woman's story.
Yeah, sure. So Fannie Lou Hamer was this poor black sharecropper in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Who in 1962 had the audacity to register to vote, which, by the way, was perfectly legal across the United States. And long story short, that decision led her to be falsely imprisoned and beaten by police. And I'm not making this up. A police officer named Herod.
Oh,
can't
boy.
Make this stuff
No,
up.
You can't make that up.
And it leads her to a long fight for protecting the rights of African Americans to vote in this country. And in 1964, her testimony about black voter suppression in Mississippi at the DNC almost forced LBJ to drop out of the race.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And eventually, very, very, very long story short, her won her battle, paved the way for African Americans to have and keep the freedom to vote in America. So it's a super dramatic story.
Okay.
It's super made for TV. In fact, we're in the process of trying to develop it into a TV show because it's so dramatic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but it's also super relevant to believers today.
Absolutely.
Because I think Fannie Lou Hamer shows us 3 practical ways to glorify God in our work. Number 1, she shows us how we glorify God by doing justice without hating and canceling the unjust. So this woman was boldly confronting the injustices of her day.
Yeah.
But she never recorded as retaliating against her enemies, of publicly canceling and shaming her enemies. Instead, she's recorded as praying for her enemies. And that'll preach in this cultural moment. Number 2, she shows us how to glorify God by trusting in God and hustling in our work. I mentioned this before. J.I. Packer once said that the Christian's motto should not be let go and let God, but trust God and get going. And this woman, man, she had that in spades. She totally understood that. And then finally, number 3, she shows us how to glorify God by believing that God is creating an impact in our work, even when our work appears to be totally in vain.